Hello, everyone. Get started here in just a few moments. I'm kicking this off a little bit early, so thanks everybody for logging in early. If you can hear me, say hello. And in the meantime, I will figure out how to run this dangum thing because might be without Leanne today. Let me get a moment here. I'm going to mute everybody so everybody can mute Ola. Okay, awesome. Awesome. Let me see, get the chat going on here. Everyone say hello. Say hello, say hello. Let me know when you're in. We're looking for a couple people, Leanne and Travis, and I'm on the road, so I'm in a hotel room. Hey, John. Hey, PK. Hey, Scott. Guys, let me know. Say hi. Guys are piling in here, so this is good. There's Connie. Let's see who else do we have here. We have hiding things. Terry, Mike. I can't get to everyone. Sorry, guys. Yeah, just say hello. Say hello. We're going to start again. We're going to start about at the near the top of the hour here. What time is it here? It is almost that time. So we've got a few minutes, 3 minutes here. So how's everybody going? Everybody get their pressing questions ready. I'm going to show you what's new inside because every week we do this. Every week it's something new. And guys, can you guys hear me okay? Just make sure because I'm using my computer, my laptop mic. I'm on the road, so don't have my normal equipment with me, but this is usually pretty good. The laptop mics usually work out fairly well. Volumes get softer. Okay. Very dim, really. Okay. So how's this? Is this better? Is this any better? Okay. Okay. So let me do this, guys. Let me see if I can get the 1 second, guys. Give me 2 seconds here, and we'll. Zoom does, man, when it takes over your full screen, it takes over your full screen. You can't do anything. So I'm going to go make sure my mic volume is turned up here. Give me 2 seconds. There we go here. Okay. Yeah, we are output volume, man. Let me see. We are turned up. We are turned up here. So this is hopefully going to work. So hopefully this is sounding good. So, okay, that's good now. Okay. Yeah, it's just I'm just going to have to be very close to the laptop. That we're good. Awesome. Okay, so when we get started here, we're minutes early. Thanks a lot for showing up early. We're going to go over quite a few things, and of course, as usual, we're going to take your questions. We are going to. Sorry about this. I'm going to check on multiple things at once here. We are going to be looking at a couple of new things, like I said, inside Email Copy Pro, being able to take your questions. So get your questions ready to go. I'm sure most of you probably know because we're already approaching 600 members in less than 48 hours, and that is the release of Emailers, the Facebook group that we have. We should be at probably, our goal is 10,000 members by the end of the year. So that's really awesome. It's picking up steam like crazy. So you guys definitely want to join that if you haven't already. That is in Facebook. Just go to Facebook, type in Emailers. That's the group, and submit your email address. And it's a private group, so we just approve everyone. And then we not only do we let you in the group, but we're going to give you a really cool bonus for doing it. That's the traffic bonus that Benjamin Hardy and I did together. That is only available when you get, except for this is the only time you can get it. Other than that, it's only available when you get the Epic Email System Masterclass video training that we just released. So I decided to give that one bonus away because I know that, if I help you guys build a killer list, whether you've got one now or not, you're going to be fans for life, and obviously it's going to help everybody because it's going to help you. You guys are going to be using Email Copy Pro more. You'll be making more money. Everybody's going to be happy. It's a win-win-win, right? So that's the way I tend to look at stuff like that. Okay, cool. So let's get your questions ready to roll, and I'm going to wait for. I'm going to pull up the participants list real quick here. See how we're doing over here. We got. Okay, cool. Awesome. If you have any questions, you guys can come on and you can talk. You can show your screen. You can do any of that you want to do. I'm going to share my screen. Hopefully I can still see everyone when I do this. I always have that paranoid fear that it's not going to happen that way. Okay, let's see. I can go for probably either one of these. Can you guys see my full screen here? Let me know here. Once again, cancel. Okay. All right, you can see, yep, you can see screen. Can you see Email Copy Pro, guys? Let me sure. Okay, great. Scott says yes. PK says yes. Okay, great. Okay, so awesome. Then we are good, man. We're good to go. I'm just, as soon as I'm looking for either of my team members to come on here. I'm still waiting for Travis and for Leanne. So whenever they come on.
This is Travis. I'm here.
Oh, I didn't see you.
Yes, I just got on. Yeah. Leanne is stuck in traffic, so she may not.
Oh, okay. So yeah. From Sean Benson to everyone. Hey, I'm here. Okay, I was talking to myself, man. So, okay, I was wondering what's going on here. So, for those of you who don't know, Travis works for us, and he's one of our copywriters, and he is going to be doing some cool new stuff. We are rolling out with Email Copy Pro content. So hence him joining calls. He's a great guy to talk to about any questions you have regarding marketing, copywriting, anything. So we're going to start with the same thing we start with all the time. Just prepare any questions that you have, anything that you need, if you're confused about anything, if anything is still confusing to you, let me know. I just found out that if you go to full screen, you cannot see the questions. So I'm going to exit right back out of that. Okay. Zoom is very particular about this stuff. Let me see. Well, I just lost it here. Give me a second. Zoom is picky, man. It's picky. Okay. Let's see. Give me a second, guys. Give me a second. I had everyone up here. I had the chat up here, but now everybody's gone. So give me a second. I'm trying to close chat and open it here. Okay, show chat. Let's try that. There we go. Okay, that's one way to do it. Okay. Hey, George. George is here. George is the head of our done for you copy team. So we got a whole bunch of people here on the call today. So it's really good. Good. So awesome. So again, guys, get your questions ready, assuming that you have them. And I'm going to show you what we've got that's new and stuff that is. To be honest with you, it's still in the works. We've got, I was hoping I would have time to do this today, but we do have something coming up, which is going on the staging site, which is going to be a way for you to, actually, I may be able to get into the staging site and show you. No, I can't. So, because I don't have that login on my computer here. So, but the staging site, we're going to have a new addition next week to the homepage. And that addition is going to be essentially a real world ask me what I need kind of thing. Because as easy as we think this is, we still want to make it easier and easier and easier. And so we're going to have basically a field up here that's very similar to the field that you would see right here when you click on view every email. Or we click on it when you load any sort of email. And I'm on a hotel Wi-Fi, so this is a little bit slow. You see where it says refine your search, and you can come in here and you can say, I want to look at everything. These are all I want to look at content. So it pulls up all the content emails. We're gonna have something like that on Mission Control, and it's gonna be able to say, what do you want to do? I want to ... and you'll type in promote a webinar, sell a supplement, promote my book, send content. You're going to, in other words, type real world concerns that you want to do. I want to create an autoresponder sequence. We're going to try to think of every question that you guys would want. And then what we're going to do is use our technology to direct you to the sequences that we think best answer that question. So literally it's ask the question and get the answer. So you're going to have that next week. What I would really love from all of you, and we're going to send out an email to the whole group asking for this, and we're going to post it in the emailers too, is I would love to know, what question would you ask? What do you want to do? Like if you came to Email Copy Pro, I want to build my list. I want to send I want to send out a free gift. I want to promote my podcast. I want to so this is like the type of email that you want to send out. Like, it's not like I want to make a lot of money. So it's not those kind of questions. You'll probably get, if we could do like Siri does, we'll give you fake answers for it. But we want to give you like the email sequences or solo emails that we think best suit that description. So let me know what you think of that idea. And let me know if you have specific questions, like what you would type in, because right now you can do the same exact thing. You can say, I want to engage, I want to send out an engagement thing to I want to promote something to my list. I want to send out content. You've got all of this right here. That's all right here, but we're going to actually just do it in another way see, people think through things in different ways. So I think through things like this, like visually, like, oh, I know I want to sell something out. It's under promotion. Other people say, I just want to type something into a website and say, here's what I want, so we're going to give it to you both ways. But I'd love to know the questions that you would type in to get those, to get the answers. So guys, type it in here. What would you like to, what would you type in that you would want to see? And we'll use your language to program the system. So there you go. Everybody chime in all at once here. Okay. All right, we're gonna wait for one person to say, here's what I would type in. I'm making you think. I realize that, but if you came to Email Copy Pro, what would you type in that you would want? What type of email would you want? That's what I want to know. That's the question of the day. I want to make sure I'm actually being heard, because I know we get quite a few people on here, but okay, okay, thanks, John. Okay, I want to promote a webinar. Okay, John, that's one of mine too. That's definitely in there. So I want to promote a webinar. So right now, to do that, John, you probably know where to go, but that's because it's actually in the question itself. But you would go to promote, right? I want to promote a lead magnet. Okay, that's another good one. Yeah. So here's what's interesting, John, is some people might say something like, I want to mail out a lead magnet. They wouldn't know what the word lead magnet is, and that's exactly. Okay, Terry, that's a great one. So John, Terry, both, thank you. See, this is why I wanted to ask you guys, because lead magnet is a phrase that I might use, and John obviously would use, but Terry or George or Travis might not use it. They might say free gift, or they might say tripwire. So we're going to think through this stuff as thoroughly as we can, to where if you typed in lead, it would pull up everything with the word lead in it. So if you typed in tripwire, it would pull up the same place that the lead magnets would go, but you may phrase it as tripwire. That's why I'm asking this question. You can see what we're wanting to do, and you can probably see that we're looking at a lot of work. Okay. Yeah, I want to build credibility with my coolest. So in other words, so that's a really interesting one. So I want to build credibility. What we would call that an inspire sequence. Credibility is all about inspiring people with three things. Okay, inspiration is about three different modes of inspiration. You inspire somebody to believe in you. You inspire somebody to believe in themselves, and you inspire somebody to take action. Those are the three levels of inspirational content emails that we have. So the very first one would obviously fit. You inspire someone to believe in you. You build credibility. So Terry, have I got the email for you? I've got the email that literally we just put live last night, and I said I wanted to test to see if I could write a 700-word email, meaning a lengthy email, entirely going through just the setup, the epic setup, which takes you 30 minutes, 60 minutes tops. I mean, literally you can do this in under an hour. Okay. I wanted to see how detailed this emails could be. And I want to show you what we've already got in here. Now it's not completely regenerable yet. In other words, only the first 4 paragraphs regenerate, but then the rest of it's static, but that's okay. You can use it anyway. We're going to have the whole thing regenerate. I just wanted to test it first. But we're getting to the point where even with just the setup, we're going to be able to give you emails that are that kind of power. And it's just a clever way of writing them to where you don't need 30 fields to make it work. You only need these 12 fields, and it's pretty cool. So I want to show that to you. That's part of the things we're going to show you today. We're also going to show you the new headline generator that we've got. It's still in its beta, but you guys can start using it now. We've got, I think, 6 different formulas in there now. We're going to end up with 20. So you guys will be cool. So Scott says, create a sequence that starts the process of them getting to know me. Okay, know, like, and trust. Okay, the fact that Scott said know, like, and trust, I've heard that phrase 1,000 times, and Scott, I never would have thought about putting that in there. This is why we're asking you. Okay, so I want to create a know, like, trust sequence. Okay, again, that's what we call an indoc sequence. So we would send you to the indoctrination sequence for that. How do I create an email that gets shares and go viral? Oh, okay, yeah, okay. So that's a good one, George. So that would be definitely under the Inspire section, and the email that I'm going to show you today is going to go there. And obviously, what we're rolling out here, and it's probably going to be in the latter part of October, is the content library, where we have actual content written for niches that are completely geared around viral content. So that would be in its own little animal. A couple things that I want you guys to notice, and by the way, keep chiming in with your feedback. We did change tutorials to videos. It's the same thing, but if you go under videos now, I want you to see something that's very cool. So you go under videos now. We've got a new really wicked video player that Leanne found for us. So all of our system tutorial videos are now in this very beautiful little video player here. So you can watch every tutorial video that you need. Now, tutorial videos are how to use Email Copy Pro as a system. Every single niche entry has its own video. If you ever get stuck inside any niche entry, like create a primary goal, create a false sphere, create enter even something like enter a statistic. Okay, it could be something that simple. But let's say that for whatever reason your brain's going, I don't get what to say. You always have the videos right there at the very I'll show it to you when we get into we'll go into an email and show you. But you've always got every single one of these entries have videos. This is the overview videos. In other words, how do you use the system? You're going to watch this first to get started. This is how you create your niche. This is all about what engage emails are about, get customer attention. These are all ready for you guys to look at. But there's something new that most of you, in fact, almost all of you, will not see, and that is the Epic Email System Masterclass. That's because that is an additional purchase price that we have for that. That normally is $9.97 that we are going to release to you guys at half price, since you guys are cool. But if you guys want that, let me know. We haven't even released it yet, but that is live. And as you can tell, when I start this video, this isn't just screenshot videos. This is going to be this is me walking you through, and this particular video obviously is an hour, so we're not going to go through the whole video, but this is me actually walking you through how to use not just how to use Email Copy Pro, but how to use Email Copy Pro from a marketer's point of view. In other words, what are the things that we're that we want you to gather the most information out of. In other words, what is Epic Email? How do you use it? How to use inbox branding and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, if I play this here for you, it would take an hour, but yeah, so these videos are really cool. You might want to check those things out. And let me see what else we got going on here. So that's new. So you'll see underneath here, it'll say password, and you won't have it. So if you do want that, just contact support, and we'll get that to you in the way that you want it. But these particular, to play the shorter ones here. These particular videos are all shot inside the studio with me on camera and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to see that. But I'm on a super, super slow internet here. This is unfortunate. I don't have fast internet, so I'm basically on a dial-up. So it's like this is going to take it would load very quickly on a normal video thing, but it'll probably take minutes to load on this. So yeah, but that is available for you now if you want that. So let me know. And in the interim, so yeah, it's just not gonna play. So it normally will play. Trust me, I played it downstairs. But the Wi-Fi in the hotel is being off and on all day long. In fact, I may lose you guys literally on this call. I'm hoping not. So I'm hoping that's not gonna happen. So that's a couple of new things inside the system itself. We do also have these new emails that I do want to show you real quickly here. Just so I'm going to keep telling you what's new. The one I just showed you, talked to you about, that you can set up with just, you see how this says Epic Email Setup Only? Okay, what that means is this niche is only got the 12 Epic Email fields, the 12 Epic Email sections done. So in other words, I did this Epic Email setup in like 15 minutes, but I know the system super well. It will take you no longer than an hour, usually about half an hour. They're pretty simple questions, like what's the name of your product? What's the URL of your website? What's your first name and last name? Okay, those are 3 of the fields. Okay, so obviously that's not going to take you any time. The only ones that's going to give you any sort of a little bit of challenges, okay, define your customer's primary goal. Your customer wants to what? Burn their belly fat or whatever it may be, or dominate email marketing. Pretty simple stuff. But we coach you through how to define your primary solution and your primary cause. And that's what makes this email so powerful, is the primary solution and the primary cause. Those are the two most important fields in all of Email Copy Pro. Primary solution, primary cause. And I'll tell you why. The primary solution is the mechanism behind your product or service. It's not your product or service. It's what makes your product or service work. It's something you can trademark to yourself. For example, inbox branding is our primary, that's our primary solution, excuse me. Our primary cause is inbox dissonance. So in other words, you don't want inbox dissonance. You don't want people confused on what to do when they look at your email. So we have causes, and we market the cause. So in other words, if this is the cause, we have the only solution. So likewise, your solution, you want to have equally trademarked. So I'm going to show you this email that I just created. Again, last night I posted this inside emailers in case you didn't see it. I'm going to post it here. But this particular email, now this is in the weight loss market. I'm going to zoom this up so you can see it. But this email right here was written, all of this was written literally at a click of a button. It's about 700 words, and it was written using no more than the fields it took me to go through the actual quick start. So very quick to do. And it's centered around weight loss myths that you want to debunk. And so myth number 1, myth number 2, and myth number 3, these myths were just cleverly written. So where the only one that you had to actually fill out was this one, but it just reads exactly as if you cannot tell that a machine wrote this. A human being wrote this. In actuality, I did. But we took this from viral article content, like the guys like Ben over at Medium, a couple other guys that are writing really good viral articles. So I just took their models, their approaches, and modeled it inside Email Copy Pro, and made an article that you can send out tonight. So I believe it was Terry said you want to build credibility. This one's great for credibility because it just subtly hints that you're a badass. Okay. So, and we do that through saying, we're going to expose three myths. In this case, again, I use the example of weight loss. I could pull in anyone's niche. This could be dog training. This could be marriage and therapy. This could be selling. It could be anything. It does not matter what it is. So one of the total enemies behind this, I'll get to that question in a minute. Scott, when did you join? Okay, so did you join during 1.0 or have you seen this interface? Okay, yeah, 1.0 was, we warned everyone about that. We basically, because it was, 1.0 was like, well, you guys are getting in on the beta and you get the cheap price, but guess what? We don't have the interface done yet. Yeah, 1.0 and 2.0 are night and day different, as you're seeing here. You can literally get started in just go through the Epic Email Quick Start and boom, you're gonna be rocking. Okay, I definitely do. And if you have any questions, that's what we're here for. So. We've made this thing. I'm going to show you guys. I'll show you how I made this email. I'm just showing you a couple of things that are very important to why it works so well. Then I'm going to show you how Email Copy Pro did it. Cool. Terry, I'll show you where to find that email in just a second. You can find any email by clicking View All Emails and then just look for the title. But I'm going to give you, so if you looked up myth, it would find it. But I want to show you why it works first. Okay. So the very first thing we do is we debunk a myth that you told us is a myth. In other words, we ask you what's called a false solution. What is something that your customer is doing now they think works but doesn't work? That doesn't work at all. Thanks, Al. So you answer that question. We write all the rest of the stuff around it. You just answer the question. So believe it or not, this is just me filling out a few fields, and Email Copy Pro wrote the rest. Okay. Then one of the biggest myths out there, and this is one that we want to really dismiss to make people feel like they're in the right place, is you should just spend all day on Google trying to find your answer. Well, how many of us have done this and gotten totally confused, right? So I go into the whole idea of like, there's so much misinformation. There's thousands of people on Google. There's so-called experts. And then you just subtly slide in your bio. I graduated from UCLA with a degree in nutrition. I've got nutrition, blah, blah, blah. I become known as the fat sharing guru. I'm saying this not to brag, merely to put your mind at ease. You're in good hands. Very subtle, saying I'm kind of a badass, but, and then right in the middle of it, you go, oh, by the way, information overload leads to inaction. This is called analysis paralysis, right? you're far better off taking one approach. And then you modestly say this right here. I think you'll love what I have to share with you. It's not perfect. Neither am I. However, it works consistently for most dieters who stick with it. See, that's a completely reasonable, non-hypey. So I wrote this for people that didn't want to go high market, they didn't want to go super high direct response. This is what we call a softer tone baseline. What's this borderline baseline tone? But nonetheless, this is a very powerful email to send out for anyone's list, okay? For anyone reading this, they're going to go, okay, it's not perfect. It's not going to work all the time. If I tell you, hey, this is perfect, it's going to work every single time, the people that I'm going to get, I am going to sell a little bit more, but I'm going to get a lot more refunds. So this is for people that just, hey, I want to be a little bit more modest. I want to be a little softer. That still gives a very strong call to action. So this is a very powerful technique. What we're doing is we're saying, I'm going to brag, 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 brag. Oh, by the way, I'm not perfect. So you guys, if you've listened to me, you should be able to type into the field what I'm doing. There's a technique that I coined that I do all the time, and it's called duality. You hear me say it all the time. Duality this, duality that. I say it all the time. Okay? So that being said, the reason that works is because what I'm doing, I'm going one direction, then I go the other direction. So I'm talking, I say I'm talking to both sides of the brain. That's not literally what I'm doing, but it is kind of what I'm doing. Because your left and right hemispheres process information in different ways. So I am speaking to parts of your mind that need to hear really high news, like inspirational news, and also need to hear, the opposite, need to hear modest news. You need to hear good news, you need to hear bad news. You need to hear it all. And that's what Email Copy Pro does automatically. It's just like this stuff flows. You don't have to, you don't touch it, you just fill in the blanks, right? So, and then myth number 3 is this is all about inspiring and engaging, okay? All I want to do is engage somebody here. Hey, you're 3 feet away from gold. The good stuff is right in front of you. I'm going to help you get there. This is exactly what customers really need to hear. And then you tell them what the success centers around. In my case, it's called glucose adaptation. So in your case, it can be called anything else. And this is literally written in from all the stuff that you pulled in. The solution is something I call blank. Now, this is the reason why this is the primary cause. This is the primary solution. The reason why these 2 fields, and they're 4 words, guys, that's it, 4 words. But those 4 words, which we help you write in Email Copy Pro, if you go through the tutorial videos, there's I think the tutorial videos for these are like a total of 4 or 5 minutes. So it just teaches you how I'm thinking when I write these like carb rotation. It doesn't have to be anything super fancy, it can be something very simple. But when you call it something, it's so much more powerful than when you say it's something I call rotating your carbohydrates and not eating the same amount of carbohydrates every single day. Well, that sounds boring, right? That doesn't sound like it's anything special. This sounds a little mysterious. It sounds unique. It is the solution to this big problem that I just spelled out. And many are calling it a monumental breakthrough for dieters everywhere. Okay, well, now I want to know about it. So I can't say are calling it unless I define what it is. And it needs to be 2 or 3 words. It needs to be short. You will define it, in this case, the primary cause, right here. Then I define it right here. But if all I say, which is what so many marketers do, is they say, do you realize that all the carbohydrates you're eating, your body cells have become resistant to glucose, blah, blah, blah. Well, that's great, but I can't wrap my head around that as easy as I can around a name. Sugar syndrome, glucose adaptation, cellular shutdown. Those are I could just come up with this stuff like all day long. Is what I do for a living, right? But we help you do that inside Email Copy Pro. So that's why these 2 fields, put 30 minutes into these 2 fields alone if you have to, because these 2 fields will make you a fortune. Because if you come up with a phrase that sticks in people's heads, like inbox branding has for you guys, like persuasion triggers has for you guys, you come up with these phrases, I can market inbox branding until the cows come home. Because I don't even have to mention the words Email Copy Pro. Because when I do is I say, guess what? Inbox branding, you can only find it inside Email Copy Pro. That's it. It's the only place you can find it. So I become the only supplier of something, okay? Simply because I have what I call trademark, a term. I just created a term for something, for a condition that exists. It's not like this is new. Branding isn't new. I just created a different way of doing it. The point is, the same thing goes here. The carb rotation isn't new at all. It's been done for 100 years. I just called it carb rotation. cyclical calories or cyclical macronutrients. I call it anything. But the point is I call it something and I tease people to go watch it. Okay? So now that's the example of this particular the email. Now I'm going to show you how I did it. Okay? Pretty cool. So over here, you asked where it is. I'm going to blow this up. So that's actually pretty high. This is way blown up, guys. You can definitely see it here. So now, if I'm wanting to send out a content piece, I would normally go under Inspire because I want to inspire my customer to do one of three things: take action, trust me, or trust themselves. But in this case, I just want to go under my starter emails. I've only filled out this 30-minute long, maybe 60-minute long setup. That's it. That's all I've done. So I don't want to get to all the advanced stuff. I just want the starter stuff. I'm going to click here. And then all I got to do is type in, well, look at there, 3 minutes is right there. It's right at the very top. It's literally just, this is how the system works at the most recent email. But if it wasn't at the very top and I typed in just myths, you see how myths is still coming up anyway. So now I can pull up anything with myths in it. That happens to be only one thing. Click it, start the project. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to say 3 myths for, I'll say for Email Copy Pro. So I'm going to select my own, I'll select a totally different niche. So you saw me select the weight loss niche. And the actual niche I used was just like I said, I only had those 12 fields filled out. This one I've got all my fields filled out. It doesn't matter because I still got the 12, obviously. And click generate. Yep. And here we are. 3 marketing myths debunked. Okay, let's click view. Without any sort of, I didn't change anything. You just saw, I didn't do anything. Okay, so and I could go through here and change all the variables to make them where I want it. In other words, oh, I want to say this here instead of that. I would do that because I'm picky, but I didn't have to. When it comes to attracting your new hungry buyers and building a profitable email list, you may not know where to begin. So you're more like me than you know, or at least how I used to be when I first got started. Do you notice that this is totally different wording than the wording I was showing you over here? Over here, it started off with, like, you may be a lot like I was. You may not have a plan when it comes to burning it up. This one's slightly different. When it comes to attracting your new, see, this is what Email Copy Pro does. It will randomly generate stuff. And so everything sounds fresh. I could send this out, and so could another internet marketer could send out this version of it, and it's not going to sound the same. So I asked a lot of questions. Should I be struggling to come up with emails on your own? Should I be spending weeks Googling, so John, should I be struggling? So note to myself, I go crazy with confusion. I was tired of feeling frustrated, but angry with myself about my digital marketing. I was pretty desperate to feel better, all because I didn't know about this one thing. It was behind all my struggles and yours too. So it's the same structure of the email. And this is where it starts. As you can see, all this works. This works completely as if, all I did was click a button. There's no fields in here that don't work. So that's how I did it. So I said success centers around avoiding blank page paralysis. It's that dreaded feeling of looking at a blank page and wondering what the heck do I write next, okay? The solution is something I call what? Look at that, inbox branding. It's a monumental breakthrough for email marketers everywhere. Notice it changed from digital marketers to email marketers. So in other words, digital marketing right here, email marketers right here. Interesting, huh? The reason why we do that is because it sounds more lively. Okay, so that's a great example of how to do this. Oh yeah, so Scott, yeah, let me just walk you through. Scott, yeah, absolutely. So we've got 35 of the top niches already loaded. And all you have to do is fill out the stuff that we don't know. Like we don't know what your URL is. We don't know what your first name is and stuff like that. So let me just show you what you do if you're just getting started, okay? I'm gonna have to zoom this down a little bit because I can't see anything. Okay. So if you go into Mission Control, okay, now the very first thing I want you to do, Scott, is the setup. Just start with the setup, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and start with the setup, and it's gonna ask me to create a new or select an existing niche. So I wanna create a new niche, right? Well, I'm going to call my niche Scott Demo. And then I click here, and I've already got all these niches that I can choose from. Yes, this is always recorded. So all these niches are already in here. And we also have a done with you service, by the way, that George is ahead of, where we can actually, getting some weird things here, where we can actually build a niche for you. So that's something that we do as well. But you can see how many niches we have in here. We've got a lot of them. So if I chose public speaking, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to choose one, unless you give me a niche that's close to where you're at. What is your niche, Scott? You're a copywriter? Oh, okay. Well, just choose marketing. Okay. Yeah. So here's what's funny is Scott, stick around because we're about to roll out the copywriting version of this. So you definitely want to stick around for this one. So if you're, yeah, because we don't have it in here because we're not. This is for the general market. So for copywriters, copywriters are freaking out on this thing. So in fact, we're rolling it out next week. So just yeah, get with me. But for now, marketing is fine. So I'm going to scroll down here and just choose marketing. Okay, so I'm going to choose marketing general. This is generic marketing. So what I would do is take a marketing general template. So I'm going to start my tutorial, and it's going to create my niche. And at the same time, it's going to put me into the Epic email setup tutorial. So it takes about 20 seconds to do this on this hotel Wi-Fi. It could take 40. I don't know. No, it's actually going pretty fast now. Now I could play the videos maybe, but yeah, it's not too bad. So we're building the tutorials, and all you got to do is watch these videos. Just click the videos, and as soon as they decide to load, again, welcome to the Epic emails. Just watch the videos, and then you'll literally walk you right through it. Enter your personal data, enter your avatar, enter your primary complaint. So this is going to teach you exactly how to do it. And then underneath here, you're just going to read through it and click where you see the links. Experiencing difficulty making sales is what the default is. And let's say I didn't like it. Now, we've already got all these filled for you. Watching sales numbers nosedive, experiencing difficulty making sales, selling fewer items in the competition. You could change any of this really easily to being specific to copywriting. If you're marketing to copywriter. Yeah. You know what? Your 10-year-old son is awesome, man. I love that. I love that. Everyone, we need to copy that. Just like Wix, only for emails. And yes, and unfortunately, I don't have that gorgeous supermodel that does the commercials for Wix, but maybe next year when we pick it up. What's her name? Hi, I'm whatever. You know, but yes, this is very much like Wix, except for emails. And on all honesty, you know, I mean, it's yeah for A-list email caliber copy. Yeah. So you get the idea. So in other words, I'm literally much more better. But the thing is now you've got experiencing difficulty making sales, selling fewer items in the competition. But you may want to get, so that's marketing. That's very generic, and it's supposed to be very generic. That's exactly what it's supposed to be. But you can easily change this. Now I'm not even going to have to go through this thing here. I can just go right over to Mission Control, and I can just choose my first starter email in sequence because that niche was already done. Now I'm going to have to fill out my first name and last name and blah, 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 blah. But let's say I want to do a 3-day cash machine. I want to get money in fast, okay? Do you sell copywriting products? Oh, well then, okay. Well, there's a much better niche. If you market a coach, we actually have a coaches and consulting niche. Okay, yeah. Then go under coaches and consultants, and then don't use this niche. There's a coaching and consulting niche. So I'm just gonna go back under mission control real quick here, guys. By the way, this should help everyone. I hope. So I'm gonna create a new niche, and I'm gonna say coaching. And it's already in here. So it's right here. See. So just choose that one. Now you can much easier tailor that to coaching consulting for copywriters. Okay. So I'm gonna let this finish here. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I'm not even going to bother with going into the setup. I'm just going to just going to go right from here into mission control. And I'm going to start with my starter emails and sequences. And I'm going to do that 3-day cash machine because I'm greedy and I want money. Okay, so all I got to do is say 3-day cash machine. This is for coaches. I have no idea what that's going to look like because I've never used the coaching consulting template, but here we go. Let's find out, shall we? Sky. Well, George would know. George, do we have George is our niche creator. Do we have a niche for marketing to coaches? Because you're correct. That would be, if that's who I misunderstood you. George, I'm almost positive that is that we do have that. So George, if you're still with us, let me know. Yes, use that if we have that. Yes, definitely. But this will at least give you the idea of how to get started. Here's your instructions, very simple, right? Here's your first email. And as you can see, everything's already done except for the primary solution. We make you do your own primary solution because your primary solution is primary to you, okay? So what's working for other consultants right now is what's known as blank. And do yourself a favor, go here now and learn, here's your clever name for the primary solution. All you gotta do is enter your primary solution here and your sales page URL and your signature. And this email is done. So it's really that simple. Yeah, acquire new concerns. So if you told me right now, for example, what is the number one concern of your customer? Like, and everyone watch this because this is very important. So I'm going to show this to you here. So right now we've got struggling to land leads, jockeying to land new clients. Okay, what's their number one concern? Is it struggling to land copy jobs? Would that be a new copy client, a new copywriting client? Well, so struggling to land clients. Oh, okay. So you're a copywriter and you're marketing to coaches, helping the coaches land new coaching clients. Right. Okay. Then I would go with this. So it's land coaching clients. You know, add one word to it, and boom, you're done. You know. Yeah. So the best now, your solution would be something around copywriting. So your solution might be something like something. Now this is a lame one. Don't use this. But I'm just doing this really quickly. The copy connection. Okay. You know, like just. You know, that don't use copy connection because that's really stupid. But use one like you want to think about it like that. Okay, so the solution is working for other consultants like you. It's what's known as, you know, and you want to think of, just, you're a copywriter, so you can do this easily. You want to think of a 2 or 3 word sentence that says that combines the marketing consultants with copy. You know. That a term that conveys that. The way that we conveyed inbox branding conveys how to get seen in the email, how to get your clients to open your email in the inbox branding, being branded in the inbox. Yeah. So really, those are the fields you have to fill out. Just that. And then once you fill it out here once, right? You hit regenerate and watch, this whole thing will rewrite itself too, as you just saw. You know, so it's kind of cool. It's just that's really all you got to do. So if you keep up, whoop, now the whole thing rewrote itself again. So no, and it will keep doing that. So until you find one that's happy for you. Cool. So hopefully that helps, Scott. You're definitely now. Can you see how much easier 2.0 is? now that you're seeing this here, it's a lot different, isn't it? Yeah, it's radically different. So any guys, whenever you come in here, all you got to do is click whatever you want to do, and you just literally just pick the verb and type it in. So we make it really simple. In 2.0, we've got this right here. I think the verb you entered above, struggling, blank, should concern you. Struggling to what? To land coaching clients. Very simple. And you can see it right down here. When you are struggling to land coaching clients, life can suck. Okay, pretty simple. You're going to see how it's going to be used inside of an email, so you can literally type it in here and see. Very, very simple. And again, guys, whenever you get stuck, if you ever get stuck, click examples. We got all these examples in here for you, or click this. You can watch this video in 1 minute long, and this will teach you exactly how to do it.
Your prospect's primary complaint is the most.
And that's it. Okay. All right. Hope that was helpful. Okay. Yeah, the AI search function that showing at the beginning. Are you talking about the one where you type in, "I want to build my own funnel"? Yeah. We're rolling it out next week. So it's the sooner that you guys get me answers, the better. And we'll build it over time. There might be like 10 different options in there for the first week, and there might be 50 by the time we get done with it. But it's a little complicated in the sense that we have to say, if a certain variable equals this, send them to this particular thing. It's just there's a lot of back end stuff to it. But yeah, the start of it's gonna happen next week. I was hoping it might even happen tomorrow. Yeah, I'm traveling, so it's a little bit more difficult for me to get to things when I'm on the road, but it may even happen tomorrow. So another thing I want to make you guys aware of is that we also, if you go under mission control and you go under Inspire, you will see articles. And we've started to create an article library for you that you can actually use for viral content pieces. And this particular one right here, don't be afraid of what? Something. If I start that project, something related to email marketing, okay, and I choose my digital marketing niche. Now I'm going to choose a niche that I haven't finished. So in other words, this is a niche that is just it's just setting out there. It's not my own niche. I'm going to choose public speaking. Okay, so I'm going to change it to public speaking, so that you'll see what I'm seeing. Okay, if you've done your homework, you've done your startup, you'll see this. And you can post this on medium.com, and you can start just with a call to action. You can start getting, okay, so don't buy into the fear of blank. I haven't entered the fear yet. So all I got to do is okay, this is all, this whole article just generated. Okay, this article is about 700 words long. Again, I'm just going to show this to you real quickly. This whole thing just generated, complete with a Game of Thrones quote. Okay, and if you don't like Game of Thrones, for whatever reason, you can go, okay, well, I want to regenerate this. I click regenerate, and let's just see if didn't change it that time, but maybe it'll change it next time. It's being unlucky with me. It's changing everything else. There it went. There's a John Lennon quote. So in other words, yeah. So we've got Marianne Williamson, John Lennon. So we got different quotes for different people. The point is, one thing holding you back from creating your ideal presentation, which is what a public speaker, I guess, would want to do, may just be a fear of what? So I click new entry, and I fill out this content. All I need is these 5 fields to make this entire article work. That's all. Don't be afraid of what. And I want you to limit your entry to 5 words or less. Okay. So if I was a public speaker, it may just be a fear of how about losing. Oops, I'm typing into the chat. Sorry, losing your voice on stage. Okay, that's a silly fear. I don't know public speaking that well. So now, how can losing your voice on stage harm you? That can harm you by reducing your levels of confidence and your ability to project power. I'm not a public speaker, really. Well, I do speak in public, but I don't know that much about it. I first noticed this fear when I spoke at traffic and conversions. I did. I lost my voice. Like I say, I lost my voice and looked like a jackass, but still sold like crazy because I'm cool. Now, how did that fear hurt me? Okay, so what's the fear? Losing your voice on stage. How did losing my voice on stage hurt me? Hurt me by losing sales and looking like a jackass. Okay, you're seeing how I'm filling out stuff I don't even know about, right? So I overcame fear by doing blank instead. By doing what? By doing voice exercises before going on stage. Okay, so I'm just filling this out, and since I don't know the market, that's cool. And then I'm going to come over here. I'm going to hit regenerate again because I want all those blanks to fill in. And now, not only did the whole article change, but now all the blanks are going to fill in. So I haven't filled in my primary goal yet. So I'll click here. Click that in. And now, mistaken belief here. See, this mistaken belief is empty. So I call this, what's the mistaken belief? Jokes in your presentation. Okay. Call this, okay, the humor fail. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And now the article is done. So there we go. Have you ever wondered why we fear the irrational? Irrational fear of losing your voice on stage. And then I was quote Game of Thrones. Again, this pulled up the Game of Thrones quote. Currently, the number 2 fear people have is speaking in public, coming in second to the fear of snakes. Combine that with the fact that they're whoever wrote this brings in lots of stats on speaking. Okay, that's a hefty price. First notice when I spoke at traffic conversions, I lost my voice and I looked like a jackass. Okay, I hurt my progress by considerably by losing sales and looking like a jackass. Fortunately, I overcame it by voice exercises before going on stage. You can't do so. I mean, it's that simple, guys. So that's literally. I spent the past 10 years, it knows how long, working on a fearless approach to speaking. Helping brings the college to the same. So that's how long it took me to do an entire article with something I don't even know, public speaking. Okay, so I want to get back to your questions here. So yeah, you guys think it's very cool. Can someone on your team tell me more about the copy add-on? Scott, can you be more specific about the copy add-on? Let me know exactly what you mean by that. Okay. Okay, John, I don't understand your question. Okay, so Scott, I don't understand. Scott and John, can you please ask your questions again because I don't understand them. So yeah, I will answer you as soon as I hear. So John, yeah. So John, let me give you the. See, I think I understand your question, John. I'm going to guess. So if anyone wants to know, because we've got people asking how do we get your help writing? How do we get your team to do the copy? Do this for us? clients@emailcopypro.com is the email address to send to, and George and our team will take a look at that, and that's all they do. That's what they do. So I think that's what you want. Yeah. Okay. That's what you wanted, John. Okay, cool. And Scott said you're mentioning something next week. You told me to say, oh yeah. Okay. My bad. Yes. Well, just that. Yeah, definitely. So, let me just Scott, send an email to support@emailcopypro.com. Use support@emailcopypro.com, and we'll keep you posted. Now, if there are any other professional copywriters around on the call, we don't normally market to professional copywriters, but we had no idea that there would be such a demand for it. So I'm doing a copywriting certification for Email Copy Pro. And we're also doing a rollout to copywriters to let them resell some of the copy. So that's we'll tell you more about it through email. Awesome. I'm trying to think of this. Oh yeah. There's one other thing that I want to show you guys here that's new. Guys, until you ask me specific questions, I'm just going to show you what's new. We literally add stuff new all the time. I mean, I couldn't keep up with everything that we added. There's new content in here all the time. In fact, there was a silly engagement content. Let me just look at the one that we just added. I say it was silly. It was just so quick and simple. So which one was it? See. Engage. There was it was B2B, I think. Yeah, I think this is the first contact. Oh, was it? Let's see. I forget. Let me go back over to my emails here. There's a simple one if you're a B2B that we just added. I just don't remember the name of it. So, huh. Because when we added that, maybe we didn't. Oh, maybe that's it. Just showing you guys all the new. We keep adding like I said, tons of new stuff in here. Oh, that's actually not it. So my bad. Should have written that one down. Put the other ones down. Let me see if I can find it in here. Okay. Okay. Welcome short, I think, is it. If that's not it, I will find it and make sure it goes up. Oh, that's it. Okay. Okay. This is one we took from, to be honest with you, I took from a software company that we joined, and I like their welcome email. And you guys can use this for your welcome email. The email is called welcome. I should welcome short is literally the name of the email. So it's pretty easy to find. Just go under mission control, and you can do under engage, and just type in welcome, new customer welcome, and here it is. That's one of them. And you can also type in I guess that's it. So over to mission control. Thought that was in, it might also be under this over here, review over email. Sorry guys, slow web stuff. Okay, I guess that is it. So so anyway, back where was I? Emails. So it's a super anyway. It's a welcome thing. It's we thought it was good. So it's a welcome thing because it does a lot of things all at once. I want to show you the here. I want to show you why I think this one's cool. Super short opt-in. It's John from Digital Publisher, creator of Email Copy Pro. How do you see you're giving Email Copy Pro a test spin? What do you think so far? So right here is pretty cool. You're welcome to visit my recent new web training on flooding email copy with persuasion triggers. And this is our encore. This is fake URL. Always feel free to reply back and share your thoughts on Facebook or Twitter. So we've got like multiple ways that you can contact somebody, and multiple ways that you can expand your sales right from the start. Now, this is what's really cool as an opt-in for a free trial. I think that's what I actually have it under my mistake over here. So I'm going to come under opt-in. I'm going to rearrange all sorts of things to get this to work. So all these different opt-ins here, and yeah, so there's the free gift opt-in, free gift. You can use either one of those for the opt-in. This opt-in freebie short is the one I just showed you. So there's all sorts of different ways you can, lots of different opt-ins you can use, but this one I like in particular. So just because it has different ways you can reach people through. So, okay, so let me read through here. Okay. Missed the first part. Did you talk about the Facebook group? Oh, we have not mentioned it up yet. So let me give you the URL for that. Sorry, 1 second here. Good, everyone. Everyone join that group if you haven't already. That's our new Facebook group. So definitely want to get into that. Okay. All right, let me see here. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. We've covered quite a few new things here. We're going to start doing a better job. To be honest with you, we have not done a good job of letting you guys know what new emails we have. That's why I'm going to start doing it in emailers rather than using actual email, only because, to be honest, I'm just going to be completely transparent. We want to grow emailers to a massive group. So if I send you guys over there for all the updates to Email Copy Pro, it's a lot easier for us to, I can post it there, and it also helps our business, helps us spread emailers around. So that's probably how we'll release it. If you go over to emailers now, you'll see like several new posts from me saying, hey, here's a new email inside Email Copy Pro. Here's what it's called. Here's where you find it. That's how I'm going to start letting you guys know where the new emails are, because it's good, smart business for us, and it's also good for you guys because you guys get a lot of answers over there. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of activity going on over there. So love to have you guys over there. So, all right. So let me see if we have any other questions here today. Or if I think there's anything else that we need to show you. I'm going to see, again, this is a question of just having videos work. I want to see if these videos are now working now. Hopefully they're working a little faster. Nope, still just dragging. So no, it goes. Okay. Actually ended up working now. Okay, so this is the masterclass. Again, if you guys want in on the masterclass, if you want in on that for that half price, just email customer support and ask them. So the masterclass videos are pretty cool. if it would freaking load. Yeah, what service it's a new service, and it's actually loading really slow. So I might not be too hip to name it right now. We just found this new service. It's really cool as far as what their players look like and how they work, but this is taking forever to load. So just the other day, this loaded literally in seconds. I mean, like the whole hour-long video. So I got to find out what's going on with them and contact support, because we can't have this. But it's called starts with a C. It's got a weird name. I'll you know what? I don't know. Leanne knows, and she's just not here. So at least I don't think she's here. So I forget the name of it. So. But this is not loading, so this is not good at all. Well, that's really weird. It actually is. It's loading. It's just not loading. It's not playing. So that's really strange. I wonder if this is a Zoom issue. But as you can see, it's me in front of I'm talking to you live in a dungeon. It's pretty cool. So yeah, it's really weird that the video is loading, but it's not playing. So I'm going to check into this, guys. So I apologize for that. Anyway, yes, you can message each other from Facebook group. Yeah, yeah. And I do wish I could remember the name of that service. I just don't remember it. So let's see if it plays in full screen. Nope. Okay, well, that's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, well, sometimes you try new things, and we wanted to do this new thing because it's a cooler way of doing it. Having it just one player, and you can load everything. And for whatever reason, Vimeo is very picky about doing that. So we're trying this new player, but just may not work. So we have to go back to Vimeo. All right, guys, have any other questions for me today? Any other things going on? Yeah, honestly, dude, yeah, too late now. And the reason is it still works. So, yeah, it is a master class. That's really what it is. Yeah, it still works. But yeah, I was lazy. I got lazy to decide I would play into what worked on this one. The bottom line is that there's so much psychology in the first 5 minutes of this that it's probably worth the entire price of admission. I go into stuff that you guys have never heard before. I talk about stuff that most of you guys don't. Some of you who are marketers and you really want to know why certain things work, you're going to love it. But the real joy of this for me is it forces you into Email Copy Pro and walks you through. Literally says, okay, go over here. Here's what we're doing. Now go over here and do this. So that's why we built the masterclass. But I also want to give away a lot of value. So I talk about stuff like called targeted intrigue and how we use it in Email Copy Pro. I talk about the 3 mechanisms of persuasion, the 3 styles of engagement. So a lot of people know about re-engagement, which is, in other words, to re-engage a dead list, but they don't know about post-engagement. They don't know about pre-engagement. And I talk about those and how we use them. So a lot of the principles we talk about in here are used in Email Copy Pro, but you can use them anywhere. You can use them in any form of your marketing. So that's kind of cool. All right, cool, man. Any other questions from anyone? We answered all the questions today. Anybody need any information on how this thing works? Now is your time to ask. Now is your time. Take advantage of me while you got me. John, you gave me a reminder. Not your question, but I am going to reminder. The Facebook ad program you're talking about revamping over a month ago to miss it. That's another George question. I think if it's what you're talking about, the Facebook ad program. We had a. I think you lost me again. We had no, that's not a George question. Sorry, George. Are you talking about like writing Facebook ads? Are you talking about like writing headlines for Facebook ads? Because what we talked about doing a month ago is what we have rolled out, which is the headline generator that you can use for Facebook ads. So tell me if that's what you're talking about. Yes, the training is going to be recorded today. It's going to be uploaded in 24 hours to our YouTube channel, which is always youtube.com/digital publisher. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys where you go into mission control. and bonus copy tools, and headline generator. So I'm going to just generate headlines. This is cool. Yeah, I don't know what you're referring to there. I don't know, but this is what we have for Facebook ads and headlines. Headlines for, I don't know, let's use weight loss. Doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter as long as I've got the Epic email system, the very first Epic email stuff filled out, it'll work. So these all work just off of your startup, and this will generate many headlines that are coming from very popular formulas. Like right here, we've got the positive triggers plus goal, positive triggers plus benefit, negative triggers, duality, push pull, avoid this, heroes, journey quotes, testimonial headlines. These are all kicking subject headlines. Okay, but here's what's really cool is it's cool that works, but you click. I'm gonna have to make the screen a little smaller here, guys, because it's just so big I can't see it. If I click regenerate, they all rewrite. So it's not just 3 that you get. You can literally just keep rewriting these, and you'll get hundreds of headlines that you can test and use this way. JW, it's because to be honest with you, Leanne's dealing with a personal issue. That's the reason. That's the reason, and I'm severely shorthanded right now, so they will be in there. But and we're also using Zoom. So somebody told me that Zoom can upload directly to YouTube, but I've yet to see it. So if somebody knows how to do that, yeah, it's just that's just what's going on. So yeah, we're working on it. So in the meantime, I'm doing all this other stuff for you guys. So hopefully that'll make it for. So anyway, same thing here, that you can do the same exact thing here that you do in every other thing. So you can create all sorts of different headlines. Very cool. And you can use these for it's John, it should load fast for me too. It could very well be the hotel connection. The hotel could actually be throttling large video connections too. I didn't think about that. So I might have jumped on my new program too soon. How long did it take to put all this together? All of Email Copy Pro is 2.5 years. I put together the headlines in a week. Just this last week, we worked on all this. So, and I love some of these. These are some of my favorite headlines, testimonials. It's the first fat burning thyroid testing blueprint solution that really delivers results. These are taken from everyone from Clayton Makepeace, John Carlton, some of the best headline writers in the world. This Hero's Journey quotes are some of my favorite too. We put in 14 years to prove this works for any weight loss enthusiast. I might change weight loss enthusiast to fitness lover for this one. Now it's ready. We invested more than 15 years to prove this works for any fat loss pro. Now it's ready. So if I click regenerate, you'll watch how those will all rewrite. See, the results speak for themselves. So just keep using. So literally, you've got thousands of subject lines, headlines now that you can use, and these are what I would use for Facebook ads. So I'm not sure if that's what John was talking about, except obviously headlines are these work for subject lines too. So we try to stick to email with a few bonuses here and there. Organic Facebook posts in addition to emails. That's what the article posts are for. So the stuff I was showing you at the very first, use those as organic Facebook posts. That all organic Facebook posts is content, right? Unless I'm misunderstanding your question. So yeah. I mean, you guys literally, if you get in here, man, and you use this, I mean, you've got so much stuff in here. It's literally gonna. You can use this for the rest of your business career, and we're just getting started. So there's just so much depth in Email Copy Pro. I mean, there's tons of stuff. Yeah, and you know what, Scott? We're trying the thing with, and I'm just gonna again be frank with you guys. I'm working with Jason Fladlin and Mike Fulsame and Alex Mendozian and a couple other guys these are all, as you know, A-list huge marketers that just I'm honored to call friends. guys who have said, man, they've used the system, or Jason went through the system for 4 hours, for example, and used it to he goes, man, it was instrumental in helping him write emails for the upcoming promotion that he's doing for Peter Diamandis. Peter Diamandis is launching something. We can't talk about it, but he's launching something big. And it helped him think through the process. So he goes, just thinking through the process of like having me think through the questions was enough for me to say, this is awesome. But they're all going to help me make it even. So it is over. So the trouble that every software developer or marketer has is when you have a product that's this powerful, how do you make it simple? So I'm always going back to the drawing board saying, how do we make it even more simpler? Just like what we're doing next week, where we're going to have to ask it a question and it takes you to a place. So if I can just get that down, and Dean Jackson's another guy, he talked for an hour. He said, so, and maybe you guys, I'd love to hear your feedback, because I'm going to create a course that's going to do nothing but walk someone through the sales multiplier. And the sales multiplier is 12 emails, and I'm going to walk through every one of the 12 emails from scratch. I'm going to sell the course for $397. It's not expensive, but this thing gets anyone from 3 to 10 times the amount of sales after someone leaves your sales page. And it works for webinars. We designed it for webinars. Works for sales pages, VSLs, webinars. And it's already in here. You guys don't need the course. You guys already have this. It's literally at your fingertips. So, but I guarantee you I'll have 100 people from Email Copy Pro buy it because you just want to see me walk through it. So again, because it goes under Sales Multiplier, all you got to do to find anything, go under just view every email. I click view every email. If I ever get stuck on something, and if we haven't tagged something, let us know. We'll type in. This is the webinar. So I'm going to type in webinar, because we did it for webinars, and this is all the webinar stuff we did, and for some reason it's not showing up. Wouldn't you know it? Why on earth is it not showing up? Gosh, I'm having one of these days, guys. It's right down here. As far as why it's not showing up, I have no idea. Webinar sales multipliers right here. So this should have showed up when I typed in sales multiplier, so I need to check into that and why it's not doing that, but that's it right there. So, oh, it's really weird. You know, I just must not be tagged, but I'm going to tag this as soon as we get off the phone. So I will tag this so you can find it by typing in sales multiplier, because that's what it is. So just go in here, webinar sales multiplier. Now you can find it by doing it exactly what you should do, which is say, I want to promote something. I'm going to promote myself, and I want to promote a webinar. So if you go there, you'll for sure find it, because that's where it's located. So it's right here, sales multiplier. But it should be where it should also be at that. So yeah, dude, just ask me. I'm super simplifying software, dude. Oh yeah, I would love to ask you, man. And absolutely, JW. I'm asking. Yeah. So you know, we honestly, I'm just being blunt with you guys. I honestly believe that for what this thing does, it's about it is freaking pretty simple. As for something that does require work, there's no way to make A-list caliber emails where you fill out 4 fields. It just isn't going to work. So if anyone ever does tell you that, it's called Scriptall and it sucks. Okay, I'm just telling you flat out. That's not what that's never going to get you where you want to go. That might get you a couple of things like, oh, I need to send out a quick follow-up thank you email and stuff like that. But that's not what we're doing. What we're doing is creating entire campaigns. And in order to do that requires effort and time. We've just tried to make the effort and time as easy as possible by giving you videos on every single field. Like if I click this webinar sales multiplier, I go down here and I start that project. And I'll use something I know I've got a webinar for. So just to give you an idea, like this sequence was written by me, Mike Filsame, Jonathan Mizell. You think you want that? I think you do. So now this thing gets routinely at least 4 times the amount of sales after the very first webinar airs. So we just send this webinar. Here's the instructions. Here's exactly what to do. It's right here, right here. Then here's the very first one. Here's the encore. It's exactly what you need to send out, complete with the bullets and everything, ready to go, complete with the discount values, complete with the bonuses, everything's right here. This is a very methodical approach. We go from encore to reviews. We go to reviews to Q&A, because what are we doing here? We're handling objections. Reviews handle ops. So there's all the psychology behind it. Why do you want to give reviews first? Well, because reviews we want virality. So if something's getting rave reviews, like our emailers group, we've got 580 people in 48 hours, rave reviews, and every single one read those posts, right? Well, that's going to build, virality. So we want that. The very next thing we want is to debunk any sort of, to answer questions, but our questions are all phrased in a way that is designed to overcome objections. I have multiple businesses. I need a lot of content, so I keep going. Do I need to know how to write sales copy? Will this generate emails? I mean, so this is how we've already helped you think through all of this process of doing it. So this whole training for the sales multiplier is going to be, I'm going to charge $397 for it, and I'm going to sell it outright. And then people can get Email Copy Pro to get it done for them, of course. But that's still, of course, they have to pay for it. But yeah, but you guys already have this. And as far as the videos go, they're right here. I mean, literally, like click here and click video. Now, this video isn't. It's really weird. I'm getting some weird things on the screen here. Some screen fractals. So this video right here is specific to this niche. So we'll teach you how to fill in this one thing. Now, granted, it's not going to show you how to I walk through the whole thing, but it's pretty close. So John said, I've used many various software since 1996. This is the slickest and easiest I've seen. Thanks, man. I mean, I did interface design, so I did the design for this, working with our head programmer, and yeah, for design and interface, we're super happy with it. The only thing that we're working on to make it even easier is the process, like starting to finish, start to finish and go right there. So John said, yeah, the process is amazing. Work on it. Thanks, man. Appreciate all your feedback. Seriously. So I guess hope that you hear that what we're wanting to do with these calls, whether we have 10 guys or 100 guys on a call, I'm wanting to know, like, A, what can we help you with, obviously, and B, where do we need to improve? And help us to do it. Like, a lot of times you can say, oh, you know what? You don't have an email that does this. Or like what I just found, I didn't tag an email properly. I just literally didn't tag one of our most popular emails properly. I should have been under sales multiplier. So mental note, go back and do that. But that's how we make this thing better and better. And literally on every single call I do, I go, oh, I forgot to do this. And I go back and do it afterwards. So, because I'm in here all the time. But one reason we've made Email Copy Pro so freaking good is by being super anal and detailed about it. Like, we're missing a period on this sentence, that kind of stuff. I mean, but now we're equally that way about making it simpler. And I think Scott, I believe it was Scott, that you came in at 1.0. Yeah, you can see, Scott, I would love to get you to say something. And I don't, I'm not paying you to do this, obviously, but you were on at 1.0. Can you see like the massive difference that we've made just in literally 6 months? I mean, yeah. It's like night and day. It's like it's most people don't do these kind of updates in years. Yeah, it is huge. Yeah. Thanks, man. Thanks, Volker. Appreciate that, man. We are just getting started, and this thing's going to be. We're gonna have 50,000 users in this thing in the next few years. So. You guys are in the ground floor, and you guys stick around. We're going to take super good care of everyone that's in on the ground floor. That's a huge thing for me. Contact is working through an avatar process. But I have these live webinars I could get. Yeah. Dude, I agree, man, and that's why I do them. If I didn't have these live webinars, I could get confused. That's a great comment. I am as dedicated as humanly possible to be on these calls every single week. I think I've missed like 3 of them in totality. And it's always been, at one time I was sick, I lost my voice. And twice I was on the road, I just couldn't do it. I was like, I was speaking in an engagement and all that kind of stuff. But if I'm not on the call, Travis will be on the call, George will be on the call, or Leanne will be on the call. So one of my team or multiple team members will be on calls every single Thursday. So the only exception to that rule might be if it's Thanksgiving or something like that. But I mean, yeah. So it's my goal here is every single week it's the same thing. We'll answer some of the same questions we get every single week, and that's okay. and because it helps us refine our process, but it helps all of you guys go, oh, that's right. It does that too. I forgot. And we have so many of our posse that sends us calls, sends us emails going, hey, I was on that call and I actually did that one email and oh, it did this. Yeah, because you just need some reminding. Everyone gets busy. And so I really appreciate your time. You guys spending an hour and a half with me, I really appreciate because it helps us, it helps you, everybody wins. And hopefully, yeah. So I'm going to ask you a weird question. Does anyone else see red here where my mouse is? Because this is literally like it's showing up red and it's not on my monitor. I'm like scratching my monitor. Yeah, you see it too? Isn't that weird? Okay, so I think that is literally that is so weird. I'm going to refresh the screen and see if it's that is apparently that is something to do with Zoom. That is Zoom. Somebody's saying it's Zoom. Yeah. Okay, George, you think it's Zoom too? Yeah, it's got to be Zoom because when I get out of Zoom, it's not there. So, okay, so when I was software instructor and software, yeah. You know, dude, it's fun for me to do this too. I'm this same. Okay, George is saying it's the pin tool. Where the hell is the pin tool? I've never even heard of the pin tool. There's a pin tool in Zoom. God, man, so now you guys tell me this stuff. Where is it? I want to see. Now I have to play with it. Okay. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks, Scott. So where's the pin tool? Now somebody has to tell me how to use Zoom, man. I know how to use my own software, not Zoom. So is this up here? I guess it's up here, right? The tools. Anyway. Well, now that I know there's a pin tool, I'll actually use it, and I'll actually, I'll circle stuff for you. Annotate, huh? Is that where it's at? Okay. Yeah. All right. So now I'm going to now I have to learn how to use Zoom. Awesome. Well, let me know. Let's see, emoji and symbols window. I don't see annotate. Okay. Well, anyway, I'll find it. And then the next one I'll find it. So, I tell you one thing. Zoom is not as intuitive as I would like it to be, but that's me. Any other questions do we have that we need to close out here pretty soon? Let me know. Okay, cool, awesome. Hit view options at top and click on annotate. View options at top. Okay. Yeah, don't see it. Don't see view options at the top. Okay, well, we will find it. I'll find it for next time. So maybe I'm walking right past it, man, but I don't see it. Okay, cool. Guys, thanks so much for the call. Again, appreciate you guys being here for this time. We will upload this to our YouTube group. I will get that done as soon as possible. And we will be back on next Thursday, same bat time, same bat channel. And look forward to talking to you guys then. Thanks again, everyone.